Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week one. And this carries into the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Leading them out, their quarterback in his fourth season from North Carolina, it's Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, I talk with people around the league about Mitchell Trubisky when he's coming out of North Carolina. Those that had questions about him, they often centered in on the fact that he was only a one-year starter and wondered why he couldn't beat out the guy ahead of him beforehand. I just locked in on the athletic ability, the accuracy, and then once he got the football, how the team responded to him. I think his upside is big.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On second down, here's Trubisky. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trubisky picked by his former teammate Adrian Amos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile, that's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game ball.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down, Newton. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
A gain of 18 on the play.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 2 yards.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Newton now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deshaun Hand. He's the one to get him this time at back-to-back sacks, brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 9.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Hunt. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Trubisky on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. We're scoreless after 1.
No score.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. It gets it over the middle to Cobb.
Trubisky.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he completes it to Hunt. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
the 7.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
They run with Hunt. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Rosas on for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. 22nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings it 2nd and 9.
From the gun, here's Newton. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete.
Pass.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
On 1st down, Newton. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Deshaun Hand picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler.
Austin Eckler.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Newton. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up second.
Out of the gun, Trubisky.
26-yard line.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
To Kareem Hunt.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
54, mark 54, mark. Check, check, mark 54, mark 54. Check, 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 check. Hey, what's that?
On 1st down, Trubisky to Boyle here over the middle. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Again, it's Trubisky. Steps away. He'll try and run it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Rosas' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score Jaguars 10, Colts nothing.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our...
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Time for our players spotlighted, and focus is in here on Cam Newton. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
7 yards.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And Adams has it complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Newton. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Here is Eckler. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Eckler. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Eckler there to make the grab. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Tucker McCann for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count.
Good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. McCann's got it teed up.
Set to kick off.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and...
Here's Trubisky to throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Good for the Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Hunt. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
The ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Colts. They'll take over.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the ground, it's Eckler, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Newton. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Jannard Avery coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On now, Tucker McCann. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt.
42-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good.
The kick is
And that will knot us up at 10.
ties the game at 10.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 29.
This offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, he sheds himself free.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Short throw into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
That's good.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Mitchell Trubisky's touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Caught on the right side by Adams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run here with Eckler.
Austin Eckler, the
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Sheldon Richardson on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup.
Operating from the gun. Newton. They'll find Everett there, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 50, Newton. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
And he's taken down inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Now a dump off here complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Hunt. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted. Trubisky to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
Complete to Michael Thomas. A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This from 51 yards for the win. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 4 corners not enough. We're all even. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
And the Colts getting ready to go. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
First throw in overtime for Newton. Oh, and it's intercepted. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to bring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. They run again with Hunt. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 16. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 16.
Now what can Trubisky do here in overtime? This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. As overtime wears on, something to keep in mind, it is hot down there on the field.
And if we think it's a sauna, what are they feeling down there? And this is where both teams find out about their strength and conditioning program. All the work they put into it to get to this moment. And did the guys follow the mantra of hydrating ahead of time so they're ready to go right now?
They'll run again with Hunt. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a...
Now Trubisky lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Recovered by
And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. They started on the ground with Eckler. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up
Here's Newton.
7.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run it here with Hunt. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hunt, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Trubisky, he's going to keep it.
At the 30.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The kick is good. Makes the score Jaguars 20, Colts 17.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So